Our heritage begins with Nonno Salvatore, who in post-World War II helped rebuild our country with his ingenious machine to regenerate bricks.
Dad also had a strong drive for bold innovation that caused him to invent new solutions in the world of F1.
Anche in Formula 1.
For instance, we launched rapid casting in the world of motorsport by solving complex engineering challenges in half the usual time. We were the first in Italy to adopt 3D printing technology.
We took this technology and pushed it further to create WindForm, composites designed for both wind tunnel tests and functional applications.
Now we are leaders in the most advanced, demanding sectors, from motorsports to aerospace.
All engine running.
Dubai race gets underway, 4 laps in, and we're away.
Negli anni 2000
With CRP Racing, we then started racing.
Con la CRP Racing. Con lo spirito visionario.
Following our obsession for innovation, we reinvented ourselves yet again, this time by entering the little-known world of electric motorcycles. Our eCRP race bike was the first and only Italian competitor in the TTX GP Electric Championship. But the thrill of riding an electric racing motorcycle should not just be for pros. We wanted a high-performance electric bike, but for everyone.
We suddenly realized that we could open wholly new possibilities in electric mobility.
In 2009, most people thought that any idea of success would be folly. But being born in the Motor Valley, we knew we must raise the bar. This is why we are the first to help create an electric Motor Valley. We work not only to make the change, but to be the change. Step by step, we approach a world full of electric mobility. Day by day, brick after brick, we are building the future.
Welcoming you all to yet another session. I'm sure would be a very interesting session today when we discuss this with Mourad Mountassir, who is the co-founder of CRP Golf, a company who is actually providing SLS parts using WindForm powder. Very good afternoon and very good morning back in Dubai, Mourad. And thanks for your time. And it is always a privilege to have information coming from respondents who have been doing a great work in offering 3D printing services and on a global front, for where you have been able to position your company as. Mourad, quickly would want to come to you asking, where did it all start? And personally, on your personal front, how did it all start with 3D technology and 3D printing, very specifically?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Shibu, for inviting me. It's a privilege to be here and talk to your audience and to share my experience, especially CRP experience in the region. To answer your question, let's start. CRP Gulf come in the region in Dubai 2021. Let me say last year at the, in the pandemic phase, and we want to bring our expertise, our knowledge in additive material, especially in composite, and we want to help to promote this technology in the region. But nevertheless, the mother company is the CRP based in Italy, in the headquarters of the Motor Valley in Modena. It's one of the longest company and with a long heritage history in the technology. They start in early after the Second War following the revolution of industry, and later on in 1996 when the CEO decided to create a division with new composite material, wind form. And this is what another aspect we can discuss later. By myself, I just really a lot of passion in the early school about new technology, new industry, and push me. And alhamdulillah, I'm here now to talk about technology, to always get involved, get addicted to be use the same additive terms in the field. And I start in 2011 in the early stage was Arkham, was electron beam technology, providing this fabulous machine. Now is the JE additive. When the machine was again still in prototyping, what they were targeting educational industry, but some small prototyping. Mostly was medical, aerospace. But this was the start for me to start to really live and breathe 3D print and breathe technology and additive. And later on, I grew up in different fields: SLM, SLS, DED, in global scale, Europe, China, and as again, alhamdulillah, now I'm in Middle East, in Dubai, try to drive this new challenge with CRP as a partner.
So, Mourad, overall, the company has evolved, and this is a subsidiary of the main company, as you rightly mentioned. What was the main course of the businesses that the company was earlier into, and how did they feel that 3D technology and 3D printing per se would be of great value for the company?
But to give you an idea how the company started, the beginning was CRP Mechanica, and they was focalized in CNC. Today, the company owns one of the biggest portfolio machine in the region. They're able to, CNC a lot of different materials, stainless steel, aluminum, Inconel, and they are really become well known in the market for high quality, high precise. And as I mentioned earlier, it's based in the head of Motor Valley, and most of the customers are coming from Ferrari, Maserati. Just to give you a few names who are really, they cooperate very close to delivery the best solution product. And is a field or the business where the quality and a very high expectation on the products. Because let me say, when you touch this business model, failure is not a questioning. Besides that, the company, when they start to grow up, they understand they need to introduce new technology to get the lead. And early stage, they introduce additive 3D printing. When they start, again, was not, as we know today, was still in prototyping, and not all technology was ready. The CEO Franco, remember, he started with the first DTM machines. Was really very, very basic, but works. And during the process, again, he was not totally happy about the solution in the market, because the material was a limitation. Then he got in materials science degree, and he started to create his own material. And later on, he said, okay, let me create my own material, wind form, and start to play with composite, carbon fiber, alumide, glass bed, and based on the market needs. And again, he understand some application they need flame retardant. Then he designed a receipt for this application. Some of them, they want more elongation, they want more stress, and based on this market need, he created a good portfolio materials. Today we have a dozen of these materials, and they fulfill the customer needs. And today we become one of the leaders in the market when known to have a unique material. Very, let me say, as we are in the automotive field, luxury, because we want to be the best, and we have the capability to be the best. And this is bring the concept to always promote the technology as the top class manufacturing. In the region, he grew up very successfully, and in the Europe, CRP is a good brand. Later on, he want to be close to the customers. Then we create a division in US, CRP USA, and with the same approach, we said, okay, let's go in scale phase. I took the lead, and I'm here in Dubai to cover GCC. And yes, we are always eager to increase our capability. let's say next year, inshallah, we can go in India, Japan, Australia, and we're able to promote. This is very important for us because we know our solution is feed the market and answer to a lot of needs in the market. And let me say, we're proud to say we have no competition when we talk about composite materials.
So that's interesting. So in Dubai, as UAE market, Mourad, how is it actually planning? I mean, what is the kind of adaptability of 3D technology per se, as in 3D printing? And then to talk about your WinForm, powder, because you also need more centers to offer those solutions where you can actually provide these powder. So yeah, your views on that.
Based on, let's say, my personal understanding and what we study in the market, it's a very hungry. This is a very now become the center, and COVID was an example how all the business is moving between East, let me say, Asia and the West, Europe, or even US. And here is a very critical point because it's a touching point. We know the region is growing very fast, is always open, welcoming a new technology, and based on their vision for the next 30, 50 years, they want to lead the technology. Then we decide, okay, let's be part of this ecosystem where we can help with our technology. Today, the market is still in early stage. It's high demanding, but there are not much effort. As we know it's full of FDM, this 3D printing farms where they provide good parts. I'm very happy and also competitive with the price, but again, they are not targeting the industry, or at least not high spec demanding industry. This is what we want to create: alternative approach to the market where we good product, good solutions, and very successful parts. And this will take a little bit time. And as a company, we realize before to go to sell in a business way, we need to educate the market. We need to create awareness. And this is what we do now with you. We need to educate the regions. What's the capability? What exists in the market? What's behind the technology? And it's not only about 3D printing, but also we have design, we have quality, we have certification. All these experts it's very challenging, especially in the region where it's moving very fast. They don't give time to any process to grow up properly. Then we are here. As I mentioned, we come with a long heritage in the technology. We have the expertise, we have the capability, and we're ready to prove ourselves to the customers and the market.
So one important aspect that is also very, very important is design for additive manufacturing. So what is your efforts made, Mourad, when it comes to institutions and organizations where these knowledge can be imparted? Do you have a cell conducting training programs or educational programs to educate the industry?
Good question, Dr. Shibu. This is what we realize coming here, because we give you just an idea. Coming here, we realize, especially in additive, it's like 10, 15 years ago, Europe, where there was high demanding, but somehow technology was not there to make useful of this technology. And this is what is important now to address this to, education, as you mentioned, and to promote this awareness approach. We are not at this level to do it by ourselves, but we rely on third party. Then we go and talk with technology parks. Last week we got the honor to attend this Technology Innovation Institute, when again the scope is to let the industry be aware what's the latest technology in the market, and to even in the playground play with the technology, experience the technology until you get familiar and to see the potential. Then yes, you can introduce your production chain, you can introduce your system to this new technology. Then it's very important also to rely on people with competence, because today we provide the best, but if there are no one can help us to target, to bridge from what we have to the customer, it's again is useless. Then we need really to create together this educational program. We go step by step, we really bring the customer by hand, and we show them how far they can go, and today we provide the tools and we're capable for that.
So Mourad, we also have a consortium called 3D Graphy Consortium. What does this 3D Graphy Consortium do? For the last 8 years, we have designers, we have doctors, we have surgeons, we have aeronautical engineers, we have research scientists and material scientists, and 3D technology companies like you, and also material companies like you, because you are into services as well as materials. And we have formed this, and it's a global platform now. We started in the year 2015. And the clear intention was to have all of them be a part of this, to then propagate the information and disseminate information on each technology, so the end user get to know and learn about this technology. So I will also want to invite you on a platform like this, so that we can work together, because education and training is very, very imperative. Until that actually goes to the end respondent, I would say the end mile would be students, because they are the ones who are going to be professionals. They would be working in organizations which would be very ready for using additive manufacturing, or even he or she being an entrepreneur, coming up with solutions, offering the technology. So now we talk about this technology gaining that traction, though it's very much in the inception stage. Which are the sectors that currently you're focusing on, Mourad?
Okay. Let me say, we want to understand the market needs. As a mother company, again, I repeat myself, we company born in Motor Valley. Then, as you can imagine, automotive racing was the core business there. The big names are in the region. Coming in here, of course, oil and gas is the leader in the market. Then we're trying now to target them to show how we can help them. One of the good experts, composite material can some way, let me say not always, replace the metal. It's a good way to replace the corrosion, good ways to be light and efficient. Then we are working on this expert to target several companies, from the biggest to the small, to say, look, today in the market you have some material even better than metal, some application, or at least they can be useful, spare part, or to be very successful. Carbon fiber is one of that expert. Or when we talk about the flame retardant, again, we can be successful to replace metal and other application. Another sector here is moving very fast is aerospace. CRP is one of the few, I'm not aware, but again, maybe even the unique one have qualified for ESA and ESA. Then we have our CUBE satellite print with our material is now in the space. And the region is very boosting very fast in this aspect. Then we can help them to accelerate these projects, because we provide solution locally. They don't need to rely on go outside the US or Europe or other country. Another aspect, of course, is automotive. Here it's a place where they like to, have a unique products. Then we can customize our solutions. We can help them to accelerate this process. For the moment, we are targeting several. Let me say, nevertheless, last one is medical, but again, we are facing some challenge in this aspect. We want to be open to any industry, but we want to understand really what the market demand and to be able to deliver the best solution for them.
Great. So when we talk about these products, unlike oil and gas and aerospace, the automotive industry has a huge potential when it comes to mass customization. Mourad, what do you think? How we would be able to cater to that kind of a market, and what is your current working in terms of offering that solutions? The reason I'm asking is since you're now a global company, you would also want to have these references for different countries, and I'm sure once we have these inputs coming in, this being a global platform, respondents would also want to learn and understand what is your strategic move for companies to come forward, sign up with you, to also become resellers and reseller partners in each of these regions. So what is your larger prospect in automotive as for mass customization? What is your strategy eventually?
Okay, it's a rather good question. Let me show you what we have done and how we approach the market. As I mentioned, CRP born in Italy, in Motor Valley, and later on we were looking for some application to show the capability of the technology, and we come out to have Energica. Energica is our sister company where they produce the first electrical motorcycle for racing. And the idea was, to show how additive can help this sector to really be successful. And from just a project for a showcase, and now today is really one of the biggest industry in the market. And this is again an example how additive with a good vision, with a good idea, can be successful in automotive in mass production. Energica Motors today is the leader in the market. They are successful, they sell worldwide, and they are growing very fast, and they still produce most of the part in 3D printing. Of course, as a sister company, they rely on wind for material, but not only. And this is again an example. Today we can do it locally. Then the region is growing very fast in electrical vehicle, in autonomous vehicle, and they need something very fast and very customized. Then instead of having mass production in one region and delivery worldwide, my idea or my approach is to have this micro factory when the solution is global, but is adapt locally to the needs, to the market, and to the cultural. Sometimes this is very important to understand these needs. Today, all our customers, by ourselves, we want everything and we want it immediately. Then additive can answer to this customer, and we want it unique. Then my part should be different from others. Additive again is a good answer. And later on, we want to be competitive with the price, offering the best solutions and a unique value proposition. Then this is the two examples when you can see what we offer. A solution can answer to automotive in a mass scale, but change a little bit the rules in the game. Not only produce in one region and scale up globally, but try to be close to our customers. We have done in US, as mentioned, we have done in Europe with Italy. Now we're doing the same in GCC. And why not? We want to grow up as the market will demand more and more these solutions for their needs.
Also, when it comes to these parts and the material, this is an IP. It's an intellectual property, Mourad,
Yep.
what I understand. Is it fire resistant? These materials are fire resistant because in cars and automotive, I think people would also look at materials which are more compatible, sturdier. While you are expecting too much, but I'm just seeing, all the possibilities in terms of seeing what are the features of these materials.
Let me say, we provide a dozen of materials. We have, yes, flame retardant, we have carbon fiber, we have, based on the application, as I say, we provide different solutions. And our customers are one of the leader in the market. They will not accept anything beyond their expectation. Then yes, we provide materials. We have a long life testing. When since 20 years, these materials is running in some cars, let's say it, and they're successfully, no problems. Because we won't accept any failure in our process. Then we understand what the market looking for, and we try to deliver it. And especially, as I mentioned, when we start to introduce our wind form material, he's come because what exists in the market was not there. And flame retardant is one aspect because in some component we're close to the battery or we're close to the engine. And other materials we need to be flexible because we have a lot of stress, and then you need to answer to what your potential, and we want to be a unique proposition value for our customers.
Also, Mourad, EV is seen as a very good potential market in the near future. So with electric vehicles coming in additive, I think it will be complementing that particular space. What do you see that market, and what is the kind of services that you're currently offering to that market? Or you're to start, or you're already offering the service?
No, as I mentioned, we're already offering. With our sister company, we have a successful story. We tested internally. We successfully managed to have a good product, a good solution for the market. Here, we want to, and it's not a copy-paste process, but we adapt our solutions to what the market is looking for. We already start to talk with some local players where they have electrical vehicle or autonomous vehicle, and they like very, very much our solutions, and they want to adapt in their production chain. Because we can offer unique solutions, especially in this region, let me say, it's very hot. Then when we talk about material, we need to be very carefully how specification. And we tested and it worked very well. This is what we said. We are able to offer a solution. We're able to help our customer to scale up their solutions and to be successful. Then electric vehicle is a big challenge for us. We are there. We are helping. We are working very close with them. And another big market is growing very fast. Drones, where with our technology, where we can produce any complex shapes and we can make it easy and fast. and we help a lot of big names to deliver good products. And even in this aspect, spare parts is very challenging because we need to be there, we need to offer solutions. And let's say it's additive. When you have the data file in your hand, you can print everywhere. And with additive, with 3D printing, this again is another successful story.
Yeah, when you mentioned about drones, now we are also getting into an age of passenger drone vehicles, in terms of the prospect that it has. So I'm sure materials which are very innovative like yours can definitely cater to that kind of a market going forward. So now that you are well placed in Dubai, what's your global footprint actually, Mourad? I mean, which are the countries that you have been able to venture and get that kind of a presence, and which are the countries that you would wish to spread your businesses going forward?
Okay, let's start from the beginning. We start in Italy, and from Italy it was easy to cover all Europe. And nevertheless, we are a global player. We have customer in everywhere, Africa, Asia, Japan, Australia, of course, US and America. Then we decided to move in US to be close because there's a market growing very fast. And now we have a very strong, partner company there, and we produce with the CRP user. We now move in here, and today already talking with Saudi company, we talk with Qatar company, we talk with a company in all Emirates, Ras Al Khaimah, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, and we're scaling up very quickly because we saw the high demanding, and people when they start to visit us, when they touch our products, they get amazed. They want to try, they want more. Answer to the question where we're going, as I know, Franco, the CEO of Graphy in Italy, he always attracts from Japan. Then I can tell you by next year, hopefully with COVID, with all the situation moving very fast, he wants to try to have a presence there. Can be Japan, can be Australia, and why not? We are talking with you. India is another growing market very fast. We want always to be sure to be close to our customers and to understand their needs. This is very important because when we deliver in Italy, maybe not be the same in India or in Japan. Then let's study the market very carefully and try to offer a good solution for them.
So even in this case, what will be your strategy, Mourad? Are you looking at reseller partners who might want to take up the opportunity for distributing your products in each of these markets? Have you already identified world over? In various countries you already are, but certain countries you might also want to get into that space. Have you already identified this?
Okay, let me answer how we work today, how our business model. We print with SLS technology, powder-based technology, and we print only on wind form material. And this is make us unique. And our product is only based on wind form. Then this is help us to target really clear customers and clear market. And we provide only service printer for our OEM customer. Then customer, they want part with wind form, we can print for them. And we are also open when the big players, they want to introduce in their facility wind form, we sell them the material. Then we have these two approach. We print for our customers and also we deliver our material to their customer. They can print by themselves. And we keep supporting them because as again, they become partner in our process. With this idea, we want to do it globally. And we are not always welcome to work with a third party. We prefer always a direct approach with customers, and we prefer to bring our presence physically directly in the region. This is what I'm here in CRP, and this is they make the same in the US. Then next step, if I can see, is again open another CRP India or CRP Japan or CRP Australia, where really we cut off this gap and we go closely to our customers.
Fantastic. Great talking to you, Mourad, and wishing you all the very best, and coming up with these unique solutions in this area will actually add a lot of value, I'm sure, in terms of, because material science is very, very important, because with new materials, 3D technology and 3D printing is just the handling process of getting the final part. But I think materials are very, very important. And to then have a synergy between the materials and the machine is also very important. So thank you so much for your time, Mourad, and wishing you all the very best in your pathway that you've already set, promoting the technology and your services and the material with WinForm. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful day, Mourad.
It was my pleasure. Have a wonderful day, and I hope your guests can be free to visit us at CRP Gulf or CRP Technology in Italy. Very welcome.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Thank you.